We're Group 7. I'm Eric, along with my team members Angelica, Cy, and Jake. We will be discussing two leaders today, Michael Scott from the show The Office, and Gary Kelly from Southwest Airlines. Now I'll pass it off to Angelica to let her talk about Michael Scott.
Hey guys, before we dive into the leadership of Michael Scott, just a quick little synopsis of the show The Office for those audience members who have not seen the series. It is an American television show about a small paper company called Dunder Mifflin in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It focuses on a very dysfunctional office dynamic, with Michael Scott being the regional manager. Although we will be focusing on the good aspects of leadership that both leaders demonstrate, we wanted to focus on one concept in particular that Michael Scott portrays very well but can be detrimental in a group environment like the office. That concept being the basic needs profile. There are three key needs that are relevant to leaders, and in this case, Michael Scott. Those three key needs are the need for achievement, the need for affiliation, and the need for power. Michael Scott has a very high need for achievement. He has a desire to accomplish and be recognized for those accomplishments, which can be a good thing, but he doesn't like to share the limelight. Secondly, he has a strong need for affiliation. Considering he has a strong need for achievement, he desires many relationships and friendships. On various occasions throughout the series, Michael wants to be the cool boss, or in this case, the world's best boss. But it can become harmful when making decisions, like a dismissal of an employee or even to reprimand. And third, he has a strong need for power. Michael Scott loves to influence and control others. Some of the best leaders have a strong need for power, although Michael Scott has a personalized power, meaning the power is all about him and all of his personal interests. He has a tendency to manipulate situations for his own gain. In this short video, it demonstrates Michael Scott trying to convince the viewers that he doesn't need to be liked, but we all know he does.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked, like my need to be praised.
Despite Michael's flaws from his basic needs profile, he is a transformational leader at heart. He's articulating a compelling vision of the future and has a strong sense of purpose and shows enthusiasm and optimism, all the while building trust with his employees. Throughout the show, he inspires his employees to do their best and is constantly enthusiastic and optimistic about the future in the pursuit of the company goals. He wants to be part of something that lasts. This is just a quote from the show that Michael uses, and he uses many more throughout the show to inspire his employees to do their best.
In The Office, Michael Scott shows a very narcissistic but humble leadership style. In the show, Michael is very self-absorbed but is also motivated to make the right decisions. His trustworthy and motivative characteristics allow him to be humble towards others and their work. Research has shown that this seemingly paradoxical mix of narcissism and humility ends up resulting in favorable performance outcomes for leaders and followers alike.
We will now be discussing Gary Kelly, the CEO of Southwest Airlines, as a business leader. Gary Kelly, like I just said, is the chairman, president, and chief executive officer of Southwest Airlines. He's a 27-year Southwest veteran. He began his career with Southwest in 1986 as a controller and worked his way up through those years. Gary Kelly is known for being a positive and inspirational leader. Gary C. Kelly, the CEO of Southwest Airlines, focuses on what he calls the 30,000-foot view. The 30,000-foot view is Southwest Airlines' mission on how they run the company, how they treat employees, and how they treat customers. Gary focuses on customer service that comes with a sense of warmth and friendliness. This is achievable for Southwest Airlines because of the precedent that Gary has set for treating employees. Gary is almost as a similar but less extreme version of Ricardo Similar, which we learned about in an earlier class, in the way that he encourages creativity and innovation in the workplace for improving Southwest Airlines. Employees are provided with concern, respect, and a caring attitude that they then are expected to share externally with every Southwest customer. Gary is a personal leader and places importance on connection between the company and employees as well as between the company and the community. Part of Southwest's mission statement is to be the hometown airline to every city, which adds a sense of pride to the company. Gary focuses on making his employees feel empowered by the company. One main part of Gary's mission is leading with love. So much so that the abbreviation for Southwest Airlines on the New York Stock Exchange is spelled LUV, love. Gary gets the most out of his company and employees by leading with love, which is reciprocated to the stakeholders and the customer.
The first leadership concept that Gary Kelly portrays is servant leadership. Being a servant to his employees is key, and that factors into the success of Southwest. Gary Kelly has helped create a strong workforce culture by engaging employees through mentoring programs and showing great responsibility to them. This in turn allows his employees to think and act like owners and helps foster future leaders. The first word that pops into Gary Kelly's head when he hears the word employee is family. He thinks family does the best job of summarizing passion and emotion he wants to bring to the workplace. This couldn't be done without Kelly and his great efforts into wanting both his company and employees to succeed. In this short clip from Overhead, Gary Kelly talks about what makes the airline stand out from its competitors.
Corner psychologist on this. Why do you think that is? Get inside the heads of the other CEOs or the other people who run those companies. It can't be a deliberate decision. I know what we'll do. We'll screw the customer. It can't possibly be a strategy for them.
Actually, it is. And
you think? Really?
It is. And
tell me more.
And I think they're being successful at it.
Okay.
So.
Well, what do you think's going on over there?
It goes back to the low fare model that we had. They could not match our cost.
Right.
So basically what they started doing was adding on fees so that they could get closer to matching our base fare. And that's not what we do. We don't separate charges for bags, for change fees.
Right.
We've stopped overbooking. What we're trying to do with our employees is give them as many things as possible to be proud of to serve our customers, to take as many pain points out of the travel experience as possible.
So you think it actually begins with not just the way you treat customers, but the way you treat employees?
Oh, certainly.
Right.
And
if you treat them well, they'll treat us well.
Yeah, we believe that all 55,000 employees are really family.
Yeah.
And what we ask them to do as a family is to treat all of our customers like they're guests in our home.
Gary has a consultative leadership style. His years of experience working for the airline has allowed him to see that he needs to take care of the needs of his employees, which in turn increases customer satisfaction. This leadership style allows for communication to flow downward. However, employee feedback is encouraged and can result in substantial change within the company. This leadership style fosters loyalty. This in turn allows the company to have low turnover rates and low costs, which is necessary for a budget airline.
In this presentation, we have analyzed two leaders, Michael Scott, the regional manager at Dunder Mifflin in the American television show The Office, and Gary Kelly, the CEO of Southwest Airlines. Despite Michael Scott having a detrimental need for achievement, affiliation, and power, he is an inspirational leader. At times, he can be narcissistic, but he inspires his employees to do their best while being enthusiastic and optimistic about the future. In similarity, Gary Kelly's mission for Southwest Airlines is to create a sense of warmth, friendliness, individual pride, and company spirit. He leads with love by providing mentoring and the tools in order for his employees to succeed, because at Southwest Airlines, employees are family. This in turn creates customer satisfaction and fosters loyalty from both his employees and customers.
This concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.